Watch this video front to back to front again if you want to learn how to make nice late night Drake and Drive type melody. First and foremost, I want to shout out dude right here, Reggie Knows. Came across his videos on YouTube when I was trying to learn how to play this piano right here. So I started off with these keys. I played them by hand actually. The preset I used is this Analog Labs piano preset. If it would like to load, thank you. I was just playing around in the E major scale. Started off here, and honestly, I just kept building after that. And I came up with this chord progression. Benefit you get when you play stuff by hand is it sounds more human, it sounds more realistic. Now when it comes to these Drake beats, they like to use pads a lot to add that real late night smooth vibe. I went to Analog Labs again, found me a cool little pad preset. For the pattern, I really just copy and pasted over the piano melody, and I added a little root note to it just to add a little more bass to the pad, and this is what the pad sounds like. In terms of mixing for that, I just put Portal on top of that. I like to just put Portal and use the basic preset, the stock preset it has, because it adds this filter kind of effect that I really like. And then just a little bit of EQ, or boosted the high ends. I want it to sound a little more sharp, clean up the middle a little bit. Now with both of them playing, they do sound pretty full, but I felt like I could make it sound fuller. What I did was I bounced out the pad melody, I pushed it up an octave, put it on Stretch Pro, and I played around with the little format shift. And I also EQ'd out the high end. That just sounds like this. It's the same thing, just at a higher octave. But that format shift gives it that weird, roady feel, kind of, if that makes sense. I'm gonna play all three of these together so you hear how it adds a little more to it. At that point, I felt like I had a good bass line, a good environment. So I went ahead and found a lead to put on top of that. This right here is a lead piano melody. Imagine if someone's playing the piano and they're going crazy with their right hand. I can't do that yet. I'm not that nice yet. I did play this with one hand, but I couldn't do both of them at the same time. Like I said, I was in the scale of E major. Came in and I just started playing around. The sound I'm using is this soft piano from Splice Instruments. It got some stuff in here, and if you have Splice, it's free. So I definitely say go ahead and snag that. I also threw this fruity delay on the back of it just to add a little more character to that lead. This is what it sounds like. Let me show you this actually, because there's a little accent on the back end here. And I like this sound to transition into the next thing. Notice how every pattern is an 8-bar loop instead of a 4-bar. When people are playing the music, each 4-bar is not going to sound exactly like the last one. So just going ahead and playing 8-bar loops instead gives a slight bit of realism to everything you do. Now let me play all the layers we got right now together, and you'll see how it's starting to really take shape and all that other stuff. Now I'm gonna go into the drums, and then there's actually two other instruments that come in on this beat section over here. When it comes to the drums, I really wanted that Drake kind of vibe. I was just going through Splice and I was like, maybe I gotta find some other type of drums. But then I came across this drum loop right here. It sounds like a marching band, but that fits the vibe of old throwback Drake. When I use loops, I like to make them my own in a sense by adding effects. I threw on RC20 Throw on this little drum break preset. It just adds a little more grit, color, and textures. Right, and it's off. You see how it sounds a little cleaner on? It sounds a little more dirty. And on my master drum bus, I actually do this thing. There's a thing I like to do where I think I got this from TikTok or IG Reels. You slam the saturation in the Fruity Limiter preset, and then you boost the gain. It brings the lows up a lot, and the saturation crunches down on the top and adds more character to the beat. A lot more punch now off. Now we're gonna put it back on. It makes everything feel a lot more full and fat. I also forgot to mention this vocal loop. Another thing I got from Splice because I can't sing. I put down a little idea, a vocal loop idea on top of this, but since I don't have a vocalist and I don't have good vocal cords, found this little vocal loop on Splice.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
I love soul vocal loops. A real good deep soul vocal loop. If I could sing like that, I would actually be the best producer on the planet. I like the way it sounds, but all of it did not work for this vibe. So I was like, I'm gonna use it and pepper it around the beat just to give accents and vibes here or there. Pitched it up 400 cents for effects with a vocal loop or low pass filter, cut out that high end. Then I threw Fruity Chorus on there, basic settings. I just throw it on and make it work. Fruity Reverb on there, and then RC20, this double tracking effect, which makes it sound wider. So that's that. That's the A section all done. So I had added a B section here. I'm using this preset from Diva, the Mutato. Basically, I just got a little lead. And once again, to play this, I just went over here the E major scale and played whatever felt right to me. Went ahead and layered that with this bass from Analog Labs. This is the preset right here, Agile Fella. We got this. Let me play it alone so you can actually hear it. Metronome. Tension. Took these old drums, brought them over here, and I chopped them up to slow them down to really give it that slow-mo Drake and Drive feel. That's what the pattern sounds like. That roll at the end is so clean, such a nice touch. Whoever made this drum sample is so artistic. Now let me play everything all together for this section. Yeah, in terms of everything, that's really it. I added this RC20 on the melody bus just to give it a little more character and make it sound a little more vintage. I'm gonna play it without and then with. This is without and with. It adds a little more grit and distortion to it. It just adds a little more grit and distortion to it. I just like the way it sounded. The preset is just this lush and crunch guitar too. I also added sound shifter on top of the whole melody, pitched it up 2 semitones, just because I like the way it sounded like that. This is just mastering stuff for the beat because I was sending it out. I had to do a quick little master to send it out for my little reel on Instagram. If you want a video on how to master beats for phones and for content, comment it down below because I could do something like that. Yeah, I'll play it top to bottom. play the sample top to bottom, and then I'll do a little outro, I guess. If you want this sample, comment something down below or DM me on IG. Tap on my IG because I'm way more active on there. If you want to see samples early, that's where I really showcase my samples, my beats and stuff. And honestly, it doesn't hurt to follow another producer and get followed by another producer. If you got any other video ideas, comment them down below. I'm always down to make a video based off of something somebody needs. Yeah, appreciate you for tuning in. Like the video, sub up. Oh yeah.